just some of the events?
Sure. Officers attempted to make a car stop around 26th and Range Line. The driver of the vehicle, identified as Mark Teese, 30, of Carthage, fled the car stop and then wound up fleeing to the parking lot of Pinnacle Bank located at 24th and Range Line. From that point, the driver and passenger both refused to get out of the vehicle when they were commanded to do so by officers. Because the vehicle had fled, the driver had fled in the vehicle, and additionally they had wound up in a very busy part of town outside of a bank. Additional officers were called to the scene to help make it as safe as possible.
And so, was anybody hurt?
Nobody was hurt during the incident.
Nobody was hurt. I know a lot of people were concerned about the police presence. Is this something that you would just normally have to do?
You know, there was a lot of factors that come into the police presence in this particular situation. Number one, the driver was identified to have warrants out of a different jurisdiction.
Okay.
Secondly, it was a very high populated area of town, being at 24th and Range Line. The next thing was that the vehicle fled to the parking lot of a bank that was currently open and it had patrons inside.
Right.
And additionally, the passenger was armed with a handgun.
Oh, okay. The passenger, do they have warrants?
The passenger did not have warrants.
Do they have charges or anything?
Currently, the passenger is in custody for resisting, and maybe different charges will follow after an investigation continues.
Okay.
So with this being such a busy part of town, is that going to also factor into his charges?
I wouldn't say it would factor into the charges at all. What happened would factor into the charges. And this is still an active, ongoing investigation, so there may be additional charges that follow.
Is there anything else you're allowed to give us?
At this point, you know, everybody was safe, and we were able, the situation was resolved with everybody being safe and no injuries. And there's no threat to the community at this time.
Yeah. So you guys will tow the truck, vehicle, and all that. Did SWAT actually come out, or were these just officers on duty?
Based on the circumstances of what was going on, officers on duty were called to the scene. Additionally, SWAT was also called to the scene. And again, we go over those circumstances. You know, the driver had fled. He was known to have warrants out of the jurisdiction. He fled into a very high populated area
Right.
with an active business. The passenger was armed with a weapon.
Right.
And we just wanted to make it as safe as possible.
Yeah.
So with the implementation of SWAT, you know, it's a life-saving tool, and it gives us additional abilities to ensure and do everything we can to make the situation safe.
Okay. So it's business as normal back again here in this part of town.
You know, we're hoping to be done here, but the investigation's still ongoing. We'll
Yeah.
probably be out here for a little bit longer.
Okay. Thank you, sir. All right. I'm Shannon Becker, KOAM News Now. That's Captain Austin Wolf of the Joplin Police Department. It really was just a traffic stop this afternoon, and the driver, a man from Carthage, decided to pull into Pinnacle Bank here, and it made it kind of a dangerous situation. They had to surround that pickup truck until the person finally got out of the truck, but he was armed with a handgun. So I'll give you some more looks here as we're here on the scene. They are removing the pickup truck now. Once again, it is not affiliated with the bank. Nothing was happening at the bank. It just happened to pull into the parking lot of the bank. Could be some charges for that passenger who refused to come out, but that's unknown currently. KOAM News Now, Joplin News First. I'm Shannon Becker. And we've got the information on our website. And Joplin Police are clearing the scene here. Metro Toy will be removing that pickup truck. Hey! So once again, nothing to do with the bank, just that traffic stop. Driver decided to flee and pull into the bank here. KOAM News Now, Joplin News First. I'm Shannon Becker. Once again, I can recap for you and tell you two people in this pickup truck. It was a traffic stop. Joplin Police say the truck refused to stop and fled to the Pinnacle Bank parking lot. The driver had warrants and was taken into custody. The passenger didn't want to get out. That's what took so long. The driver, a Carthage man, he's in custody on warrants, could face additional charges. And then the passenger was taken into custody. No warrants, but could face some charges. Obstruction, they said. Nobody was injured, and that was the goal. It's not like the vehicle was affiliated with the bank. No bank robbery. A lot of people had all the worst ideas or information, not necessarily sure. We don't go live during an active SWAT situation. It's kind of always been our policy, so to give the person in the SWAT situation, the suspect, an advantage to know where police are and what's going on. KOAM News Now, Joplin News First. I'm Shannon Becker. Hot afternoon. We're live at 24th and Range Line. Thanks for sharing our stories, and thanks to the Joplin Police Department, Capt Austin Wolf, for talking to us live and keeping us updated.